Today we have got some more itinerary changes both on Princess and Cunard. Also looking at dining on Princess, what you need to know if you're going to go, what's included, what's not, how to navigate that, and just some updates generally to dining. Also, we're going to talk about a brand new cruise port in Barcelona and lots more. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Thursday and it is February 1st of 2024. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please go ahead and subscribe? Would love to have you with us and I look forward to seeing you here every day. Also, if you appreciate my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? Let's go ahead and start with the new cruise port in Barcelona. In the last several months, Barcelona has made the news in cruise industry because they wanted to limit the number of cruise ships that they allow into their ports. They did not want to have overcrowding. They were worried about that. And so as a result of that, they have not had quite as many cruise ships allowed to come in. And it's generally in those ports, is my understanding, on the north end. When we think of the large cruise terminal that is there already, that your Princess, your more like your Holland America, your large cruise lines like that would go to, that terminal is still going. Everything is great. In fact, we're looking forward to calling in that port again sometime, sailing on the Sun Princess or leaving from that. We'll let you know when we figure out what we're doing, but that cruise port's still going. But the really big news is that Royal Caribbean is going to be building another cruise terminal there. So they're calling it Cruise Terminal G there in Barcelona. The interesting thing about it is when they allow another cruise terminal to be built, apparently there is bidding to be able to be the one that gets to manage that and build that and everything. And it turns out that Royal Caribbean Group is the only bidder for that Terminal G there in Barcelona. They are expected to have that cruise terminal up and running by 2026 is what they are expecting, and it is going to be able to accommodate the largest cruise ships in the world, including what we think of when we think of Icon of the Seas. Of course, smaller cruise ships can call there as well, but it is really exciting, at least to me, that they will be able to handle cruise ships of that size. Now, I've thought about this, and does it seem like Barcelona is suddenly going to allow way more cruise passengers into their port than they ever have before? I would suggest that they still do have some control over how many cruise ships can call on a given day and how all of that is managed, the size of the ships, the whole deal. And so I would expect some limits to be in place that way, but it sounds like Barcelona is going to continue to be a wonderful cruise port to visit and to embark in and enjoy being there. I really enjoy Barcelona. To me, Barcelona is wonderful. It's not Rome in my book, but Barcelona is amazing. It's just extraordinary, and it depends on what you enjoy the most. So it doesn't mean that it's any better or worse than Barcelona. We all just have what we like, a little bit more, a little bit less, whatever. And it depends on what your goals are. So yeah, Barcelona is beautiful. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about here are a few highlights from dining, and I think it's really important to have this discussion so that we all know that we are not the only people struggling with this if we're having a problem, as well as how things work if you're new to Princess, or there are a lot of changes to dining that Princess has instituted with the new casual dining and all of these things. So let's go through some things, and I want to hear your questions in the comments as well as some of the experiences that you have had. So let's start at the top with that 360 dining. 360 dining is just available on the Discovery Princess and the Enchanted Princess. I honestly don't know if Princess has any plans to expand that to any other cruise ships. I was wondering if it would show up on the Sun Princess, but it doesn't seem like that is going to show up. They've got some original things there on the Sun Princess, and I can't wait to get to see them. So if you are in a suite, you are still going to receive that 360 dining complimentary. An important note with that, though, is if you want to book it in advance. So if you look at the itinerary and you say, you know what, this is the evening and the time that I want to do that 360 dining, you're going to need to make that reservation in your app and pay for it. And then when you get on board, you go to guest services and have them reverse those charges for you, and because you're in a suite. Okay, so that's really important to note. If you want to pick the date and time in advance, you're going to have to go ahead and pay for it. Another really important note with that 360 dining is it's $149 per person. The price is not different if you don't drink alcohol. So when Gordon and I try it on the Discovery Princess, we are going to have them mix whatever mocktail they think would match the pairing for that course, and we're excited to see that. But be aware that that's how much it costs. Now, we've got a lot of people who talk about booking, and that's under experiential dining in the app, by the way. 360 is under experiential. It's going to be fun to see when the experiential dinings show up for the Sun Princess. I'm really excited. So if any of you are seeing any experiential dining show up for the Sun Princess, tell us what it looks like. I am thinking maybe that Love by Burrito is going to be one that will be that way, but we'll have to wait and see. Another important note, if you've got that Premier package and you want to book your specialty dinings in advance, sometimes people are getting it to work just fine. It applies the package and they don't have to pay for it. Other times they have to pay for it. So know that if you're new to Princess and you've got that Premier package and you go to book your specialty dining, that you need to pay for it. And then once you get on board, you can go to guest services and have them apply your package and reverse those charges. That's really important to know. Another thing that is really important to know, I spoke with someone recently on Princess has a line called Princess Partner Support. It's for travel agents to call. And I was really frustrated because we had Let's Go family members with the Premier package, and they could book the first specialty dining no problem. But when it came to that second one, they couldn't do it without having to pay for it. And so in the course of my conversation, I was like, is this a glitch? Are y'all trying to work it out? And she said, no, it's not a glitch. It's just the way the system is. And so I don't know how soon things are going to change. And I also know that you can talk to someone on the phone and they don't know everything, like I don't know everything. And so what I'm telling you is if you want to book your specialty dining and you want it at a certain time in a certain venue on a certain evening, I would definitely book it in advance, because when you get on board, there will be some availability, hopefully, but it might not be on the evening and the time that you want. So especially if you're celebrating something fun and special to you, or if you look at that itinerary and there are evenings that you're later in port or all these other things to consider, I would definitely book it and then go have them reverse the charges. The next thing I think it's important to talk about dining is let's talk about the tipping that goes along with it. I know that we've been abuzz because if you don't have a package, Princess is adding the 18% to all of the specialty dining charges. But if you say you're in a suite and you receive the 360 dining as a perk, how much do you tip the people there at the end of your meal? I would like us to have that conversation. And I know that it varies a little bit. It varies on what people are accustomed to. It varies on what their budget looks like. Just lots of things go into how much people tip. So leave some suggestions in the comments below. I think if Gordon and I were doing that, especially if we had received it on a complimentary basis, and even if we didn't, we would take cash with us so that we could tip the people that waited on us and made it such a special experience for us at the end. But the amount is really kind of subjective. It depends on the people. So tell me in the comments what you would be thinking. Another quick update for you. Apparently someone has had Costco tell them that 360 dining is included. And it's not. If you don't have a suite and they don't specifically, if you're not invited in some other manner, you have to pay for 360 dining. So don't think it's part of your Premier package. Don't think it's part of your Plus package. Don't think it's part of your cruise, because it's not. Okay, just a heads up about that. Let's talk about the Beverages on Board. I have had so many questions about Beverages on Board lately. We've got the Plus package, we've got the Premier package. If you have one of those packages, you can have all the specialty coffee, all the bottled water, you get your canned soda, you get your fountain soda, you get your alcoholic beverages, all of those things. You don't have to worry about it. But if you don't have the package, then it comes in to worrying about a few things. So first of all, if you're someone that loves bottled water and you don't have the Plus or Premier package, you've got 3 options as far as I'm concerned. And so tell me if you've got other options below. You can pay and keep every time that you want a bottle of water, you can go to a bar, they'll hand one to you, and the charge is $2.50. So you can do that as often as you want to. If you want to, you can bring a refillable water cup, the kind that are so popular these days. And up in the buffet, they have a place where you can fill your cups with water and then pour them into your refillable glass and do it that way. And then the other option that you've got is you can order those packages of water bottles to be sent to your cabin. You have to order them before the cruise. You get 12 of them for $7.08, and that is those are the options really that you've got if you want to have water on the cruise. Okay. Now, for example, when you eat in the main dining room, of course they're going to give you a glass of water, but I'm talking about in other places on the ship. So kind of keep that in mind. The other thing I think it's important to talk about is how canned soda works. So when you're on Princess, on the fountain, they'll have your Diet Coke, your Coke. I believe they've got Sprite, and I think they have ginger ale on the fountain. But if you want anything else to drink, you're going to have to ask for it as a can. Someone was so kind to report that on the Regal Princess in the casino bar there, they've got canned Diet Dr. Pepper for people that were looking for that. We have been on cruises before when they have had canned Diet Sprite. And so if there is a certain beverage that you want, you can ask if they have got that. And if you don't have a package, you just pay per can, okay? And if you prefer canned soda, like if you like your Diet Coke in a can rather than on the fountain, you can ask for that, and they've got that as well. So that's just how it works, but be aware that that's just how it works, okay? And then let's talk for a minute about how specialty dining and casual dining works on Princess. When you're on Princess, you have included dining on the ship that you're on. You have casual dining, and that costs $14.99 a person, and they call it for their fixed pre-menu, so a fixed price. So you get your appetizer, your main course, and your dessert. And if you want something that is not included in that, you pay for it a la carte. Or if you want 2 appetizers, you pay for the second one a la carte. All right, that's how that works. So if you don't have the Plus package or the Premier package, you can order whatever you want and pay for it a la carte, or you can pay $14.99 and choose things off their fixed price menu. Alrighty, now it's going to vary by ship which casual dining venues they have on board. The same with specialty dining. When you are doing specialty dining, some of those venues are available on most of the ships, but they are going to vary a little bit. It's the same with the main dining rooms. You're going to have 3 main dining rooms, but they name them different things on different ships. So let me give you some tips on how to see what's on your ship. First of all, go to princess.com. Across the top, you'll see different headings and click on Onboard Our Ships. After that, click on Ships and then choose your ship from that drop-down menu. Once you click on your ship, and we're going to talk about the Enchanted Princess today just for fun, because we have a lot of information on the Enchanted Princess over on our Facebook page. We have a very gracious Let's Go family member that was just on board and very graciously put up so much information. So if you are interested in that, join us over on our Facebook page and look for that. But once you select your ship, you scroll down to where it says dining. So let me point out a few things to you with the Enchanted Princess as our example. And then based on the ship that you're going to go on, you can figure it out. Then we are going to move on to some itinerary changes. But this is, I think, really important. So let's talk about included dining first. If you are someone that you've booked your cruise and you don't want to spend any more money, you can go on a cruise on Princess and have wonderful food. I think that's true across all the cruise lines. You're going to have really good included food. You've got the main dining rooms that are available. You've got what they call the World Fresh Marketplace or the Horizon Buffet. They call them different things on different ships, but that's the buffet. That's always included. The International Cafe is available on all of the ships. It's eensy weensy. It's just a little case on the Island Princess, but on the other ships, it's actually a location where you can go choose different things that you would like to eat. And so those are things that are included on all of the ships. Also up by the pool, They have got a pizza place, and they have got, except for on the Majestic Princess, it's a noodle place. And then they also have like the Salty Dog Grill. This is where you're going to get your hamburgers and french fries, and like they usually have a chicken sandwich, sometimes a pulled pork sandwich, street tacos, things like that. And you can eat there as many times as you want. All of these places you can eat as many times as you want. And so you're going to have really good food included. Say you want to do some casual dining. The casual dining that is available over on the Enchanted Princess, they've got Gigi's, which is the same thing as Alfredo's, and then they've also got O'Malley's. I'm going to lump a pizza option up by the pool with casual dining. So at the pizza place that is up by the pool, that has historically been called Slice Pizza, and you can go there and get a slice of pizza anytime you want during the hours that it's open, and it's usually open late. So you can go do that. It's included. But on the Enchanted Princess now, and I am excited to hear from the rest, anybody sailing on any of the other ships right now, they have pizzas that are for sale per pizza for $8.50, and everyone is reporting that they look like the pizza that you would have gotten from Alfredo's or from Gigi's. So $8.50. I'm lumping that in with casual dining. It is not covered though. Like if your package says casual dining, it doesn't cover that pizza. But to me, it is something that is a small charge, relatively there to get something else that you want to pay for. So that's another option when it comes with the pizza there. And then as far as other things that you can pay for, they have a gelato place on the Enchanted Princess. And if you have the Plus or the Premier package, that's going to be included. With the Plus package, you can have 2 specialty desserts a day, so you can have gelato twice if you would like in one day. Or you can, with a Premier package, you can have as many as you want, okay? If you don't have a package, you can just pay for it. The other important note is if you have the package, or even if you don't, the other specialty dessert that's included is like, I think they're about 8 layers of the cake, and they've got it down in the International Cafe, and I've seen it on the Island Princess up in the buffet. And when I bought it on the Emerald Princess in September, it was $4.95 for a piece of cake. And so that is the other dessert that you can choose if you've got the package, or if you just want to buy it. I just paid $4.95 because I didn't have the package. But those are the options. Now, when it comes to specialty dining, some of them have different prices. So on the Enchanted Princess, they have got the Chef's Table Lumiere. So the Chef's Table is a special dining that they offer on all of the different ships, and they're a little bit different. They will offer the Chef's Table on all of the ships. At least have a chef's table. It is a seating for 12 people. The chef prepares a very special menu, and they have a server come out, and everyone is served at the same time. We're going to do it on the Discovery Princess if it works out. We're really excited. But anyway, so you pay for that, but it is a very special occasion. They make it very nice. The wine is paired to go with it. The charge is a little bit different if you don't want wine, if you just want to have, your water, your mocktails with it. But I will say I have heard different prices from different people. So if anybody wants to reply and let me know what it's been on the ship that you've been on lately, that would be wonderful. Now, they've got the Chef's Table and the Chef's Table Lumiere. On some of the ships that have the venue for it, it's kind of in the middle of one of the main dining rooms, or set off a little bit from the middle, but they have this pretty curtain of like lights and beads that go down like around it, so you're encircled by that when you eat. And when you have that, it's called the Chef's Table Lumiere. Alrighty, you don't book that in the app. So far, that has not shown up in an app to book. When you get on the ship, either call the dining line, or you can go to the main dining room. I learned this on the last 2 cruises we were on, both on the Emerald Princess and the Island Princess. You can go to the main dining room. There's always a main dining room open for lunch on embarkation day. It's kind of a small window of time. I think it's usually like 11:30, maybe to 1:30. And you can go there and tell the maitre d' or your waiter that you want to do that. And I've noticed both times I watched people do it, they were accommodated immediately, put on the list to do it. So you have to sign up once you're on board to be able to do that. The other things they've got the Catch by Rudy, which everyone says is exceptional. optional. Sabatini's is Italian. Crown Grill is the steakhouse. And on all of the ships, you can also sign up and pay for what they call the ultimate balcony dining, and they will actually serve you dinner on your balcony. And I think that would be a beautiful experience. Gordon and I need to do that sometime. I think it would be wonderful to try. We just haven't taken the opportunity, so we'll have to try it and tell you what it's like. But those are the things that are included on the Enchanted Princess. And just, I talked about it for a minute to give you an idea. If you look at any of the dining venues and you're kind of wondering, oh wait, I also forgot to tell you, sorry. On the Enchanted Princess, they also have O'Malley's. And O'Malley's, you're going to have like your burgers. It's based kind of like on an Irish pub. So think of what you might be eating there. That is also included in the casual dining. So you pay the $14.99 if you don't have the package. Or if you've got the package, then that can be one of your casual dinings. Okay? Let me know what questions you've got. I know it's a lot to think about. And it's a really big deal when you think about what's included and what's not included. You want to be well prepared. But if you are ever on a ship and you don't know if a venue is included or if something that they are offering you to eat is included, don't feel bad about asking. Just say, is this included or is this extra? And they'll be happy to tell you. All right. Okay, we've got more itinerary changes here. We have been talking for a while about those exciting American history voyages that Princess was doing. The Island Princess was going to be doing a couple, as well as the Emerald Princess. So here's kind of what happened. So they were set to call in the port of Yorktown, and the people in charge of okaying a cruise ship to come there to Yorktown okayed it. Everyone was excited until some people spoke up and said, we don't want cruise ships coming here. To make a long story short, Princess withdrew their request to call there as a cruise port, and they are going to be calling in Norfolk, Virginia now. You might think, well, how far away is that? It's about an hour. So if I were guessing, it'll be really interesting to see as these itineraries come out. I think they are still going to be able to take people to see the places that they wanted to see in Yorktown. And if you have not been to Yorktown yet and to see the Battle of Yorktown, you might remember the Battle of Yorktown was a decisive battle that led to the end of the Revolutionary War here in the United States. It is a really, really cool place to visit. And when you go there, of course, it has been all of this time, but you can still tell there's the way they built up the land for the cannons and everything. A lot of it is still there, and it is so interesting to see. So I highly recommend this voyage. If you have not seen this area before, it is definitely worth going. But they're, like I said, they're no longer going to be calling in Yorktown. They're going to call in Norfolk, Virginia. And there's a lot to see there in Norfolk, Virginia. That whole region there is so rich in history and definitely worth a visit. So it'll be, I really like the quote that Vicki Johnson, the Senior Vice President of Communications for Princess, in the article, they quoted her, and she said, to ensure our guests experience legendary Virginia hospitality as they explore the region's significant historical contributions to American history, Princess is confirming Norfolk on the published itinerary for the Island Princess and its 3 calls to the Commonwealth this summer, the Commonwealth of Virginia. So I think that it's wonderful. I very much appreciate the fact that Princess withdrew their request to go to Yorktown, knowing that some people wouldn't be tickled pink with the presence of their passengers there. And I think it's really important that when we go, we have a wonderful time, and I'm glad that they were looking out for that. So let me know if you happen to be booked on one of those voyages, and now you're going to go to Norfolk. But I wouldn't feel bad about that at all if it were me. I've been to both places, and I think it's going to be wonderful. It is. Now, really quickly, I cannot remember if I told you all about this or not, so I feel like it's important to let you know, if I didn't, that Norwegian no longer allows decorations on their stateroom doors. If you're new to cruising, it's a thing that some people really enjoy, and some people do like this amazing, everybody has fun with it that enjoys doing it, but people like to decorate their doors, and the cabin doors are metal, and so if you use a magnet, it sticks to it, and so people will put up photos, they will put up fun calendars, they'll put up like magnets that show all the cruises that they've been on. It is super fun. I love to look at them when we walk by those, but Norwegian's not allowing that anymore. They say that stateroom door decorations are strictly prohibited. Your stateroom steward has been instructed to remove and place all decorations inside the room. And it says, thank you for your understanding and compliance with the safety policy. So just to know, if you're going to go on Norwegian, you can leave your decorations at home. But if you're going to go on another cruise line, it's my understanding you can do it without having to worry about it. So if you've been on another cruise line or cruise ship and they haven't allowed that, let us know in the comments. The last thing here that I've got to tell you about is we have got more itinerary changes that have come from what is going on over in the Red Sea region. It's Cunard this time, and let me tell you what they're changing. So the big difference with this is originally on April 7th, Cunard was going to be having guests embark or disembark in Dubai. Now they are no longer going to be able to do that. As soon as they leave Sri Lanka, they are going to head for Cape Town. So then on April 13th, that is where the disembarkation and embarkation is going to happen for the guests on board. And they are including those extra 6 days of the cruise. They're not going to charge the passengers who are on that voyage anymore for that. Clearly they're going to have to change their flights, but that's what's going to change. And then as part of that, Cunard has changed our itinerary, and I don't have a copy of the exact itinerary, but from Cape Town they'll be following up with, it says following along the western coast there of Africa with some stops, and then on up, and they are going to end in Southampton on April 28th as originally scheduled. So if you happen to be booked on this cruise, you wonder what are they doing for people, they are going to handle on a case-by-case basis is what the article says, any fees that people have to change to rearrange their flights. They are also going to give a 15% future cruise credit, just like we saw Princess did. They are going to give that 15% future cruise credit, and people just need to use it to book a cruise by January of 2025. So you've got some wiggle room there to think about it. As I have thought about it, someone sent me an email yesterday, and I love to hear from all of you, and they were saying, you know, you talked about Jamaica having a level 3 warning, and Egypt has a level 3 warning, so you shouldn't be telling people to go there. So let me put a little bit of context on that. So first of all, I told you about Jamaica. I was saying I wonder how long cruise ships are going to go there, and that when you go there, to be diligent, to be careful. Wanted you to know that. I didn't, I'm not telling you to not go there. I'm telling you to go there in full possession of the facts and to be careful. Now, when it comes to Egypt, it made me think about this. So thank you for that email. I looked up, and indeed, Viking Cruise Line has Nile cruises that are parting in February. They've had them running till now, and they indeed are going to be continuing through February and on into the future. So I looked, and they are on sale, $500, but you can book them. I got clear to booking Gordon and I until the point that we had to pay for them. And I was really tempted to go. We're just trying to figure out when we're going to get on the Sun Princess, so we can't do that right now. But I just wanted to let you know, when you all think of going somewhere, don't listen to anybody else. Make sure that you research it yourself so that you go in full possession of the facts and decide where you stand with everything that is going on in a certain place, and decide if you want to go. And so, once again, thanks for bringing that up with me. And I hope that people have a wonderful voyage and get to enjoy seeing a little bit more of Africa than they had originally expected. I really appreciate all of you being here with me today. I look forward to reading your comments, and I'll see you here again tomorrow. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.